to start? Where should we start? Oh, you know where I want to start? Amorata, you had an article you wanted to discuss regarding the regarding GOG.
Oh God, yeah. So we'll start with me and there that wonderful bit of news.
Oops. Let me get it. Oh God, let me get you. I'm boomering again.
He can
Help
figure
me,
it out.
the
It's okay, guys. Just
Help me, team.
stick with him.
Hey,
No,
I am
look, my
not
hands are
gonna
tied.
judge. I will not judge.
I'd help you, but I got too much money to worry about. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think that's
There you
right.
are, right there.
There we go.
In the image too. Oh my God! Like I didn't realize the image at first. Like what it was about.
Yeah,
like
they-
so.
What the-
Shout
They
out to
picked an
Bounding into
interesting-
Comics.
They picked an interesting image on that, but yeah.
Why?
And I may have a weird take on this from everybody else, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But yeah, so obviously GOG is going to offer paid menstrual leave for all menstruating employees, and CD Projekt Red is considering to do the same thing. Which I'm on two different sides of this. For
I'm
one, the fact that they
menstruating. I
you're
will watch the time.
okay, go for it.
Quarter menstruation, Garrett.
Do I get like a half weekend off, an extra day? What's going on?
Well,
You
they're
get like
actually
2
aver-
hours.
They say that they're going to do it like it's going to average out to about a day a quarter, and you can take it in hour increments. So they're not talking about like giving people a week off for menstruation or anything. You know, it's like you find you're bleeding, you have an hour or two to go sort yourself and
Go clean
Right.
yourself up.
No,
basically, yeah,
You're making a
you're
mess.
right back into it and whatever.
Nose to the grindstone, damn it. We have deadlines.
Oh, it's good. Quarter menstruation, Garrett.
Mark at school.
Oh man.
But yeah, and so for me, it's a private company. I don't care what they do. I'm fine with it. My issue comes with calling them, of course, menstruating people.
Yeah.
And
Persons that
it
menstruate.
literally says, and you're on the next paragraph down, by accepting there are biological differences in the workplace. Well, gee, what kind of biological differences are we talking about here? Specifically, can we elaborate on that? Because it's not between menstruating people, it's literally between men and women.
Right.
Right.
It's just,
And
yeah, I hate the wording too. It's like, I don't know. Like I appreciate, like we said before, like the biological differences in the workplace. Like, okay, we're acknowledging biology. Hopefully, I assume a biologist made this rule, so we know we're
Yeah.
sure.
well, they're saying menstruating people, so no, a biologist did not make this rule because every biologist I've talked to gets really upset about the whole.
Yeah, but you see, even if it was a biologist, it would go through the PR, and the HR
Yeah.
team. So you got to go
Oh,
through
yeah.
both those teams, and then
Right.
that's where you get menstruating peoples.
Right.
Yeah. If you go through the comments on the tweets, you get a lot of people saying, well, then what are they going to do for men and et cetera, et cetera. For one, if they are actually acknowledging a biological difference, I'm cool with that. I don't necessarily think women need it on a whole,
Right.
but it's
Don't they
still
already have aspirin?
That's cute.
They just close the door or whatever.
Yeah, like just don't talk to anybody. Go to your office.
And shut up. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, you do have, when you talk about the supposed wage gap, which is not a real thing. I want to be
Right.
clear on that. The
Right.
differences comes out to things like choices, which adds up to things like sick leave and having kids and stuff like that. Stuff that women do have to tend to take more time off for than men do.
Right.
This is something that does kind of lend towards evening that out a little. But again, it's not something I feel that should be in the law,
Right.
Well, I guess it's
It's
okay.
such a
if
small
biological
amount of
people can
extra
get payoff
time.
leave. It is, and
It's like, okay, sure.
yeah, it's not like it's not like they're giving a week off every month or something, which would be totally ridiculous. And it's not like they're mandating it across the world or across the country.
People
it's one
dating
company.
it. People dating it.
Oh, right.
Not
People dating.
mandating.
Yeah. Okay.
here's Here's the thing though, like this I think this sets like a weird precedent for like other companies, but also like a company like GOG, and then I guess CD Projekt Red, if they come into this as well, is like they already, I would assume they already have like personal and sick leave. Like
Mhm.
your personal sick leave you can use by the hour. So is this a different leave than that, or are they just like
Adding an
relabeling?
extra day or something.
Right.
I don't know that the article said that. It's just I mean personally, I just find it interesting. Well, for one, I find it interesting, and as a bunch of men, you guys won't understand this.
God damn my
the way
testicles.
the way that it's viewed by men, for one thing, I find that very interesting. Just because I saw so many, well, are they going to give us time off if we get the squirts? And it's like, I mean, do you guys have a
comes once a month.
biological function that
That
does
is,
the
hey,
same
the
thing?
squirts are a biological function. Okay.
Hey, look, you know what else? Have you ever popped a boner?
Yeah.
The accidental.
Maybe I need a couple minutes.
Right.
you
It's
know?
rubbing on the
I need a
pants a little weird. A nice chick walks by. Right. I get it.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
That's
that
a
fire alarm.
biological.
Right.
No, but my nipples have gotten hard in the middle of the day, so.
Oh,
So
So you.
so
know.
you're for this. Like you
I'm not
think this is a good
necessarily
idea.
for it. But I wouldn't say I'm against it at the same time. You know, as long as it's not a law. I think if a company wants to try to do this kind of thing to attract more women employees or whatever, I don't see a problem.
Right. Seems like it'd be like a logistical nightmare. Like if you're
Oh,
adding it on top
absolutely.
of like your paid or your personal and sick leave and your vacation, it's like, okay, well you'll get 10 minutes every month
There it
and then save that up and
Yeah,
after
that is strange.
yeah. But
Well, then you got the issue of what if somebody says they're bleeding? Are you going to go around and actually check everybody's pants? And
everybody's got to wear khakis now.
Like, no, I see clearly here on the schedule you took your menstruation leave 1 week ago. So that's
yeah, could
not
you
gonna
imagine this
clear-
though? Could you imagine this, Becky? You haven't taken your menstruation leave this month. Are you pregnant?
Oh God! Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh, see, it could
It
have
was
been. It could have
him
been.
in the printing room. He did
It could have
it.
just been Becky. It could have just been a week, but now you got to take like 3 months.
Yeah,
Look what you
Yeah.
did.
stretching this. Stop. Stop free bleeding in the office.
Oh God,
Nobody wants that.
that's just unsanitary. Jesus
That's-
Christ.
it's only a matter of time. Like, is that a thing yet? I feel like that. Like, why hasn't that been a thing? Like, we're going tampon-less. Like, we're just going to absorb, like, with our natural fibers in our pants, girl. And it's
Have you
I'm
never heard of feminism?
Yeah,
like,
it's been going on for a
Extreme
while.
feminism.
No, there are
No,
people
forget pants,
there are
they just
people who
don't-
do that. Shit,
They don't
so.
even wear clothes. It's the weirdest.
oh man, it's just yeah. But
Yeah.
you can't. It's like you can't even use like the my grandma died excuse. It's just like this is one time and that's it. Like you've used up your period. There's no more.
You get 2 grandmas and a period every month.
Yeah,
There you
right. Mm.
You get out when your get out of jail free card renews like every 20 or so years.
So yeah, that's an interesting development. Again, it's just I think the weird part is the change in language, and I guess it's the inclusive language that they're using now. We can't just say women because will this be abused by I guess trans
People
women who are
pretending.
like I'm
Yeah.
menstruating
Yes.
this month? Like that becomes the issue, and is it even a big deal? Like I guess it becomes like a cigarette break for trans men or trans women.
Mhm.
Sorry. I guess
It
I don't
is
know.
confusing.
Well,
Yeah.
trans men will use it too because they're bleeding.
Because
That's
Yeah,
pretty much
oh.
what it is. It's like
Does that stop?
every policy, every
Depends.
single everything they implement is going to be abused by somebody. It's just
Right.
a matter
Well,
of
but
time.
people
really.
abuse regular sick leave policies already anyway. It's not like it'll
That's
be that
true.
different.
I certainly have. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'd
it's not
never admit
recently.
to
Not
that.
since he started his current job. Not his current job.
Right. Not this job.
Amorata knows me well enough. I go to work sick as a dog. Go back home and say, you know what? I'm going to take this day off and be right back to work the next day.
Seriously.
But I guess it makes sense though. But quarterback, you said something interesting. Like, if you're like trans men, doesn't that stop? Would your period stop? I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but I feel like the hormones would certainly do something.
Yeah, if you're
Eventually.
taking a bunch of testosterone, I feel like it should stop it, right?
Depends on how far you're going with it. But yeah, I mean,
That would
It
suck.
should.
To
I
be a
mean, but, I
dude
mean, that's the
and
other
have
thing.
Menstruation.
well, I mean, that's the other thing. You have women who are on birth control that prevent them from having periods, so they don't even need this.
Like you get the worst of both worlds in that case. Like you can't out power lift the guy, and then at the same time you didn't
It is
exactly
all the
escape
worst
your-
aspects.
Exactly.
Oh,
If you get
God.
attacked, you're definitely gonna go down. You're not defending yourself. It's not gonna happen. You can look like it. You know, you can get your tattoos and cut your hair super short, do a buzz cut, but it's not gonna help you.
You just run
True.
around looking like Machine Gun Kelly, but at the same time you're pretty
Oh,
feminine
God.
like Machine Gun Kelly.
Drinking
So,
each
I mean-
other's blood.
oh, gross.
God, did you see that?
So
I
wild,
did.
man.
Adam
As we're,
subjected me to that.
as we're talking about menstruation.
Dude, it's for ceremonies or something. Rituals, is what she said.
Glad I got
Fair,
called.
she never did specify where she got the blood. So
Oh, come on. Let's be fair,
Oh.
people. It was from her toe, all right? It was from the
So-
toe.
Some you guys are killing me. Something's just bad timing. The other day, quick aside, like speaking of timing, we're at dinner with my wife and her siblings and their husbands, and
Somebody farted?
she's studying. No, she's studying. That would have been better, honestly.
Okay.
I would have enjoyed that much better.
oh god.
So my wife is studying to be a surgical tech, and she spends time around the OR, and she gets to monitor some like surgeries. So all of a sudden, the food like literally drops, and she's like, "Oh my god, the coolest thing I saw! It was called what was it called? Something like a cranial cage or something like that."
Mhm.
So in detail, she starts describing how this child, newborn, about a couple months old, their entire skull fused together. So that's not good for kids, right? You have to.
No.
Right.
They need
Yeah.
the whatever they're
space.
called.
They need to
Right.
grow.
Yeah.
Right.
So their brain. Yeah. So they have to go in there manually, like cut across the top, pull their
Ooh.
head forward, backwards, basically slice and dice the skull, put it all back together in. And she's described like I'm like taking a bite
It
of
was
my.
like-
Yeah. I'm like,
Ting,
okay.
ting, 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 ting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so
Drop
glad
my
I wasn't
fork.
eating lobster, honey.
It's like.
Yeah. The timing, though.
Oh,
man.
good grief.
Cool story, but
Doctors.
One has to wonder why dropping food on the floor reminded her of that, though.
yeah.
Oh, no. Did you? Oh, no.
That reminds me
On
of
the
a
ground.
good story.
Oh man.
No, it's fine. I didn't drop the baby. I just dropped my jaw because it was incredible.
It was so beautiful.